Boundaries Commission and of the Ghana Armed Forces. Okay, we're done. Young Concording Como. Coco for my chair.
Joseph Ruchavajera.
Na unya da jiko school.
Chavajera mamchia. I'm jetting for no pay.
Unya da jiko school.
It will be ache.
Yeah, Josu. Na for out then. Afisha pay who watch it.
Grandpa show.
Bibi aboko. Yedanyamiase. Na Kokobu.
Say.
I like that. Jamauku school France and I just so.
School boy there.
France I just so say. Yanko Ukraine in the ho.
Yeah.
And our foreign ministry they in Shiemu ede edwuma mudi so far betuja. I'll share graphic anymore. 24 Ghanaians arrived today, 460 evacuated. Yene Abranti biso twetwe nkomo ho. O hye ne yakoso ne Ghana for yen nkomo twetwe ne school for isuade ho ha. Ati o say
Chavajera.
Yes sir.
Now for me offers me na che papa.
Me cry sir.
The Damias is here this year. Ne yakoso wo Ukraine. Ne Russian terminal. Yeah, I walk Ghana see a here kese pa ne ye money offers no ma akudi sabia ho no na eyanika sem say foreign minister under the instructions of the president of the republic and then penifo atua na mon ehwe say yade hye no ebebe fie boko asubiem na otwetwa mi nya kwan na me wo kasaftie bi so me kan say Ofa foreign minister or your batam precope. Na president so there. Unim say oye president diplomat you can say international diplomat kese. Having served a war foreign affairs ministry. When you are simply for numne amama num nyina kuta hundie ade a ekwa animu pa. Nti eba ni say no na ya yam hihie de ba na rehemu wo ho. Na bibia wo ho se nyaade a aban be ye hwe ha ama ya mofra no ene won sumpa bia won firi won pem na course wo mkoye adwuma na eno no be hia pa se ye be kaaka ye ho da bia obi bia wo a enye Ghana se ye Togo, Ivory Coast America, US China, Japan be bibia Ghana ni bia wo bia nhihye ne kire se fa ho ko kire ya namsifo na ewo ho no Ghana namsifo the friend foreign mission na ewo ho na won hunu se nipa asemasi we ya Ghana ni na wo kuronum wo empempi ya na ya ne ntan kɔ no totin ne nkɔ no kwampa so nti no na eye binom den dodo na se ondo ho bekɔ akɔkire embassies ne high commissions no but ehunya ba ne sei eye won a embassy ni sabe so won so no nim won tena bia enom ne ade ana oni ni nim won ho ana betimi enya kwan nti awofo ne anuanom nyina mianke yakomanto yem yemfa mpa bon techre se won a afeni de won beba no won ba bedru asundwiem na on abeka won akosem eno ne pa ho a Russia ne Ukraine akoye father and son assembly emre bi atwamu nanka o nyina te pe prekope a chese
USSR
sa pepe under the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic na Ukraine dey woman in the province and
no state
a state
it was one of the states
so no more say regions and
yeah
say region yes it me kai papa brand or Germany Chernobyl disaster nuclear plant no yes I was in Germany
now Germany around that time
yes now more Germany at that time na nuclear plant na a blasty na radiation metal radiations na edihu abeto Europe nyina so Germany in particular omuma ye kadem for almost about 2 days or so na wompie wonya hwe nkoda nko school for fear of they say radiation na eno no humpo no anwa dwuma no ankasa pae yewu na enna ya atuo ni ebiri matuo na senia akode wo saa mpatom ho no nuclear weapons nyina aka ho bi se yanhwe ne ye ewiase mpanini amma won hom ne so ne yankeka amma asomdwie amma na international anya adwuma kwa me hunsunsu aso no so Western Europe Germany your target in particular anuti yehunu trasa ya fane say Ukraine for na enya wan asem a ne nyini se ebeboa won se Ghana ye oman no man bia on the foreign policies ene anamontu a ontu abani say your president oni adaje kra if you say we are simpanifo nyina e fa adwene e pe kwan a on befa so a on betimi do wan no abenimu na osan ye chairman for ECOWAS na se de mekan no internationally onim sa man panifo bebre ne akwan a on fa so a on di on kuta hodi enuti ye bekoso abompa ya ama no na wanya akukuduro ebimpo a hwanenim bikura na o market te se Ghana the man penny anu disma or the betuja na se no the betumu bi na aboa ma dwebraba ano ne ehwe na say a common details a more of history a more of security issues a more of oyasro oya a more of ahuntahunu bra Soviet Union etete pansa me na epapa ne ho e ma man numbije wo ho fa ahodie te senia Ukraine enso nya na fa ahodie no what the other half say we are seeing east and west block sa na any aye no after world war no ne ade na cold war situation no eti western block no US di animu na European countries EU won akeka won ho abomu any ade or form North Atlantic Treaty Organization won nyina nsoso obia te ho ana obo ne ho adwa ehwese o ma bi ntonkɔhye ne yonkoso enuti under Soviet Union say na Warsaw Pact Warsaw Pact no na equivalent ene NATO won a na hye Soviet Union for ase ana Russia di animu no na won soso won atuo ne won akode ne won hyehyɛ ne obi kamia beboa me nyina no na ewo Warsaw Pact na Warsaw Pact ni ho
Soviet Union go yenti
enu nti NATO for so ayire won ho a the friend expansionism sa Soviet amai that anom na no ade won ho no omo percent ko omo ba keka won ho na no na Ukraine ye adwenkyere se opeso de no ho kodom EU wi a ode no ho so akodom NATO na Russia kase dabi enya dia mema kwan amo akoye ne saa nuntino Russia demanded from NATO United States idi animu se won ma won anohoba enye krata ne ensensan se enya dia omu beje Ukraine wo NATO mu da no na wonu so se dabi da o man no de ne ho na yensuso ye wa badwakuo no so peso de ne ho boye ne se hunti ana yenye no asem ne fare ba nyina kese no anunti Russia ope kwan na wa kire ne mensem kakra wo Ukraine no na esese onya nyina so kakra bi na nyina so a odigina ne se amai mienu jesa nya amai mpo nkronkuma mienu wo muno no wo Ukraine ho Russia kire se ono na manfo pa na doso ho na saa nkronkuma no ese ompeso onte won ho na Ukraine ma won kwan nti omo kwa akoboa won akote won ho saa nkronkuma mienu no eno ni nyina fare bai ni na chama general won se ewiase ne bedi adan nchese saa die pa na nke beba se in the 1980s no ho na Kokrokoo bi island state friend Grenada na United States of America be kwa akoto ahye no so ahwe ne from akum ne prime minister
Morris Bishop.
Ha. Ni nyina na saa security nsensemi ene ehu ne bambo ene oya suro oya nsemi ya. Mauritius say odene ho kodom Soviet Socialist Republics no. Enunti oni Cuba ne dinsa woso. Na Cuba nso so boa won amu ansi their friend aerodrome ene ade. United States of America who say won atamfo pa USSR ana Russia won nsawom ana sa adwumade ne koso na boboa no enunti na nyaade ombema ho kwan koto she grenade force menim se bia ne yehu ne ne ya but ni nyina mu no yebesre se mpenifo aka bi ewo mu no this is a bra yewo mu a onipa yabotre ehia testing eni China akasa China aka bi se eso a yede ato Russia so amama ahodo eye dwadie ne sikasem bank nsem ne ade amama de on sa to so ni nyina bema Russia economy no akofom na wo ho akire wo kopem so mu beja ntokwa no China no kase ehu hia on the onyintum saa na se betimi a United States of America ene NATO for enye Russia for nsem a wo mo kanuntum na omunhwe nka ho asem na owia no akase ono no so atuo no so a ye brim no ho no eno so na nenye ho nanso ahwe ya na ekoye double standard chama general where ayi North Korea open tokwa onya obeko
openye je kon wafase
sawa ho
tani wafase no mdo so oka ho
bi
me assure so nya santo kwa nka ono ne de aba na bobo ano
chese o ho ana ne kondo so obeko so enti ye mompa ya na ne kon ankodo we bi so
but in all of this no for your Ghana yen de na you see adwene ho titru
sir
fuel prices
sir
yen yanuma ebi ku school ebi ti ho ebi sua de ne ade what do we do
eno na wakan ehu behia se ye be sha ase ebe ma ya ti ye ho ase se we na anu ye krai crude barrel of crude oil atwam
105
yes
first time in 7 years
euro ako 4 pence ne duru 140
okay early times we know
yes 140 euro president ko 4 pence no ahunhia ba wi ase bebre nanso na ban bo modern se Ghana said ya tibia ya ankosan la ya anto petroda na kakra ya femu abedru sa hanu mu bi ana ye ni kire na esese yete ase se niam bi sisi amanone nom ne ade a ehun sunsanso a ewo mayen no eso papa awe ya ho hwe nyi ba ne sa na di na sisi di etrim eno ye baako apart from fan wo no niam abo nsuso ebe kosoro papa efise ship ahodo a de niam free amanone nom ne ade nsuo su ba nyina wo nyina ya nsuru kujam nti dodo na adwuma ye eba be si na se on adwuma ye si a it means say freight be kosoro ship de niam eba be san kosoro more than double enu nti enu so eye nsunsanso a anu de ne pa ni etosu bio ye petrol ne ye kan gas wonim se Ghana nanka ye ne Gazprom ye Russian na se Russia for ton gas ya mawa ti said ye de chewa ansa omo woni bibiri very cheap na eno no nso ntokwasem ne sanction da won sunti no Ghana ye ntimi anya sa amfaso de no bio gas Europe Western Europe for use to Germany about 40% free Russia onom neba ntokwa abai ye ba betwa so na se twa so wo ho a na ahokyere ba Germany eba Britain eba he na ye money of anom ne ma menom aye adwuma wo honom e man kakra ne enka hu se no so eho ba be ba sempa ni a ehia kese pa na ehu kese eye se aso se nyuma bi wo ha ansa nyuma no wonti free say Russia, be free Ukraine, one kasa be free Europe, be free America. One yina sika semni ade be kofom. Nti nyuma so na won di no ha nyina no. Ni nyina ho kwakọ ba atwe. Na WW3 onyame ma empire.
Amen.
Onyame ma WW3 empire wiase. Kopem se ni nyini sebra ye omi ye omrepem. World War 3 function sanso papa bia mre. Na wonim chamaja asema san wo mni se Russia ni Ukraine na COVID-19 hot den pa. Na wo soro pa anti COVID-19 plus atuo plus ekom na wonu so aba pa plus awo. Enti nipa me bre atamesh. Na said the okan ye die. No pe nya na mabetena hei. Nya na oti hei. Nya na prof abei. Eni ade no fa aseti hei. Trotro driver wotie wo oteneka mu a wotwiko. Taxi driver ono okọ. Ma me na oton tomato obantoma dwom na no pei wakotena ho. Eja ba mo omre dane ne amakurum. Wafa ne sekan ne kenten wo kona fuom. Ni nyina e wa asomdwie mu. Enti se or how ne to say same pa. For once. Mama kai near my pa by your queen. Count your blessings on.
Name them one by one.
And no near being dear Unyakopon ayamai. Ya ne binum ka ne aka ana ku besi ana akon beba ne unhunu bi da nti. Ne bia opese o kan saa keke na se kapa se nka wuni a wo akukudura saa bre ne hia nka atwa plenty kitama na nka akọ Ukraine na akoye mensem ho so one say peacekeeping we num no peacekeeping no ho ti yabesre titru ya mabuno no ene amanfo nyina yemfa bi ntu ye hofo na se yete kwanche mu baabi na body dwumpo ye betutu adi ni ye wo asomdue na wo ye bibia eye dan se bibi breach ye bibebo na ma besia kutekuta wo ma no na onhu baabi a ofa mobro wa ni yanka tibiri ana oman no ebe wiase na na za oman enu na bibia si ho na wo fa no na de na oja no na odi adwane na adwane mpo ahe na wo ko
abuja bumbo a ohieni nebre
papa
Kokrokoo for me that's a piece 104.3 Professor Joseph Osafo Prof Mache.
Hey Jamandina
Yeah
mejo so na pacho umpumu
yami adom boko na so
michia Ghana fo nyina ene university lecturers should be so na me say Jamandina who say for some time now no ani ma mu ayitare kakra
ai pinso
ibia na onyame adona will see the light of day entino ye be kwan say the area to kwemu bia in various universities no ye be ma we try and see say it me eto na mu bia e be boa ye ma nyina na ya hwe am say chairman why I say by court injunction never say started at the chile. I say various campuses actually one journey. Beach say baby your neck in your journey. If you say oh young co you're careful now obu say I say university management and UTAG and ever say and also say it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
It's a time and investment management will need UTAG. Men come on, how can you see your tech? One of the vice chancellors saying, yeah, UTAG for is so nipenimuna anka yinifi ho. And there's a certain symbiotic relation between university management and university teachers association. And the Mr. Ressa and Sessa yes say sa relationship no. Maybe baby say most management is a risk they are taking. They are hoping say you did to me, I go back and I question Canada. pending what comes out. Said ye nekechre adeka kra hakakra ne say ye ko na afanu nyina ehun say okay ebia na UTAG say Aban is not doing what we are expecting. Na UTAG say okay tin na just say na ye kochra de the next 4-5 days yes I could strike you. That's what we're trying to avoid. And the minister said anamotubia management A2 in various universities no mesre ye anu nyina say ye di into na money here. We have some days ahead of us. Name here how it goes. You know, Kameyani Taka say the wheels of justice grind slowly. They are open. Kunya open ten but yeah na boko but I'm sure we'll get to the end of the tunnel. Inti busianfo Mr. say mommy here and then a chan a chi anamutubiaba neck for to anamo. Let's see how it goes. Now a best investment management so omone UTAG enye mambo na ama bibia ambe say bribi eshi bibia omone UTAG kona UTAG ne moko eno so em say emboa omane nyina nti kwame UTAG hodie kakra me waka no nti me no minim say ebinumo etu na mo in some universities no we say chirade hoping say minim say na die be a bit slow kakra but I say be the next day not yet give it a try. That's my appeal. Let's try it and see. I'm sure something good will come out. Nti mama yenshe kwai
anope mini Professor Nunu Kasai mini Professor Jampusu Kasai
okay
I think so
I know I did maybe I don't say I don't say some campuses have not even voted yet. They haven't exercised their vote.
But this rate, no majority have voted against.
Yes, majority. I think over 70% or so.
9 have voted against.
Yes. Until now here, 15 public universities. Until now, Kabe 6. Is that right? Now we have to be. Until one must say company. Now, on the come said ya didn't econo. Yabi another level, and that's what I am appealing we avoid, which is that I'm sure now university management and UTAG are locked up in another kind of EMWA, and we have to try as much as avoid that. And I'm just appealing to management. And so say, Bibia among UTAG, among consult UTAG kakra. Say the actions taken will be more of a consultative one, and Krofoya aware. Let's try not to create Bibia dema university institutions, and I'm talking about within universities. Institutions are unions, management. You know, unions are very powerful.
Extremely.
And usually, one of the things you don't want to do is to make one particular management or union, you turn it against the other. Unions are powerful, and at the point you will need unions to protect yourself.
But unions are made up of human beings,
of course. And human beings have their own challenges and difficulties. I'm just appealing to you that say let's exercise patience. Now I'm also appealing to university management. Say once we now money you tag Indians also. Nemwa. And I've had calls as a head of department. What is happening? Are we going back? Let's just say they won't come. You know, business now. Destabilization. At the point I'm part of UTAG and the point I'm part of management. And you want to be very careful. Say, what ma afanu nyina enkom timbum enkom tokwa. Na mo come timbum solve a problem. And that's what I think we should be aiming at. And for all HODs, deans, provosts, and Obia has said, oh, got back. And then at one point, once watch radio, I must make radio. And the way I say, hey, now me come back in the American idiom because I'm 2x4 and 419. I mean, but the point is that coming better last week, I say we are not happy. Say a man or etifi. You don't know me be anywhere or you're happy. Say me batifi. All of us are not happy. But as I said, it was a mobia. Oba come feel say you bunu kwase. Oh, that's why the issue is so. I can't say you have say when a misperception is gaining a certain validity, it's so dangerous to change or challenge it, because it's like a misperception. Unfortunately, what is happening on the grounds may appear to validate, say, is a justifiable misperception. Not just what I said, no cry. And in Mr. Pa say, who's for Mama Utah, Mama anticipations, now university management, and so Yenya Abotre, Omino, a idea, a head, a digato, and before you know, yeah, now why a cave for a say, Yako Yenimuno, yes, Enwa, a Bienia Yako, and the CC being swap, Yana, Yaka for say, who's you be a chat. Anybody?
I said back when me bisa Professor Jampu and pay me bisa ne ben prince. I may check what your pies 3 years ago. Say, oh, hard and pesa meko. In teacher say, more book what and him
oh, there be, sir, one say, and Pimpin, I can say, dear, I am very sure, sir, maybe I'm a friend for other areas, be having say, some have resumed teaching. And the lectures have resumed teaching.
Into a moment resume your number book what and him
we are now 1 or 2 be a woman, but. Minim say by China dear. Coming naturally, lectures now on the whole lectures in there. In fact, that's the fact. And the members many lectures in there. Timetables are structured such that one child every day. Obi Ohonoma Bechra in there, one child China. Obi Bechra China, one child in there. And yet lectures in none HR in there. But the message na akose e start at the chire ende to one chire dey ende ne oba chire dey na o chira e biaba Wednesday biaba we are only hoping say
Professor Jampo say mu nko chire dey
oh
anope wa team say enya dey amobeko
I say enya dey beko
David because internal memo bi a eja yensa kan making can be chair Professor Nunu.
You.
And I'm making can be chair Professor Jampo. Monko.
But this is local Utah. UG. I'm appealing to all Utahs in the various campuses. And I be a schooler. Now I shall cry. I am very slow. We know the entire UG Nina Abasa. And he say, I think yesterday there was an emergency meeting. Majority can say, okay, you never train, Mema, yes, I tell the children and in terms of an opinion, men who say, na management, the message about say, and they are in charge. And in fact, so be able to cry, and then also chatting now, and not being charged. But I'm thinking, say, the dust will settle. We are by and you can say, we are not resuming teaching. Then an management say we are resuming. This is local Utah UG. And there's a little bit of I can't say
back and forth.
I started, but I'm sure by the close of today it will settle. It's a dust.
Well, Professor Safu says he's sure by the close of today the dust will settle.
Mommy Yabotre, now management and goose news also.
Peace.
Honestly, I would have loved Senka. Management would have consulted Utah leadership on the local campus. Say what is happening actually. Because I'm at the Utah local leadership, any management, I mean that's how it is. But that's not the point. And the end say, Mommy Yabotre now. Maybe
message skip to Russia. So, Audition Chairman General, I don't think there's any use in UTAG having a neck. If decisions taken by NEC cannot be a final decision, UTAG has decided against the orders of the court. Simple. Audition Ajabing in Hacho. Ask the prof whether they have the moral right to withdraw their salaries for no job done for the month of January and February. I'll leave it there for now.
Hold on here, come here. Supervision.
We thank those lecturers who have resumed work and pray that their colleagues will join soon. Bema Samson, UCC. Now, Farouk takes us to Russia. Why isn't the West cutting the oil and gas supply source from Russia to Europe to make things bite harder on them? Farouk, it's not that simple. I don't think the Almighty God is going to destroy the world. It's we human beings ourselves who are going to execute the destruction of the world due to our misunderstanding and being power drunk. Kondos Bedu Seshi Asafum. Walanyo Nakwetia says, may God save Ukraine from Russia. Dr. Atu Edu in Evans, Georgia says, Chairman General, propagandist on Facebook saying you have suggested the free SHS must be abolished. Clarify it, otherwise I'm happy you do not face the book. Dr. Atu Edu, I told you I don't face that book. I haven't said anywhere that free SHS should be abolished. I have never said anywhere that free SHS should be abolished. Me. I've asked that after 5 years, let's review it. Let's look at it. Let's look at the dynamics of it. Has it worked? How much money have we spent? Value for money audit. Where can we cut out? Where can we not cut out? Can we re-look at it? I've never said it should be abolished. Now, me a champion of free SHS. I abolish it. The effect of the pandemic has already disrupted academic activities, and that a strike in these abnormal times will worsen the plight of the Ghanaian student. I appeal to UTAC to stay in the classrooms for the sake of the future generation. UTAC, please empathize with your students. From Oga Willie in Carrier. I support what Prof is saying. I'll plead with the government to listen to them. And Kuma Foster, Achim Ayerebi. The world suffers a lot, not because of the violence of bad people, but the silence of good people. World leaders must act and speak up fast in order to avert any calamity in this barbaric invasion of Ukraine. Kwesi Reynolds in Agona Adobing. Prof, Yanko Russia. Nefe minko na nafusu.
Kama when Mr. say mame just seconds na me baba akudi ni birthday.
Ni trinkwa.
And if no Eunice Pamford Queen.
Ni trinkwa.
And any birthday Eunice onyame Emma more grace na nyini grace na onyame adum nyina entina also. Happy birthday and then 28th February.
Amen.
2022.
Hey, Kofaros, I see you too there. Thank you very much for joining the discussion. Yes, Prof.
And Yambra Russia. So as me na me say ebi no can say hey o kakra na hana put on nam how. Ona mo go. Yes on nam echi how nti wa. Nti dia o kan me so recording you now. But Kwame, the decline. I think Europeans themselves are shocked of what is happening. Let me tell you one historian be, and I can say, Osha European history for the past 1,000 years. The longest Oman enjoy peace, 77 years, which is 1945 to today.
I see.
Until say Russia is here. Now, international say Europe naturally has been a place there be na problems if you hope. Africa. Look down on ourselves. But largely, no. Say it's not common like that. Say how maybe I saw say me Okakoji Obi. So I don't care. I'm just impugning on the person's sovereignty. Meje preoccupé. Now, say now many opinion go for several factors and I may idea about. One of them are clear and Russia's fear of NATO's expansion. It said here last Obi can say fear now Obi aba say Otafu aba say aton asasi dia mame asasi ne wo ho pe na afre una say na oton asasi ne man meto because you are afraid say Otafu ebenwa obitme pra Russia was certain apprehension about NATO's expansion. And a baby, a NATO expansion could be a say US a base, a military base. And you know, there's that fear Putin Akmamu say, I'm sure NATO expansion are not officially surrounded. Say Bribiania, Unyane, freeze. And coming over from 20, Nabeno for Georgia. 28, eh?
And if I ask you, I'm sure. Kodanka person me bisa question say, time of Georgia, there was no threat of NATO.
Yes.
I'm looking for it, but since you brought it up, you read my mind so well.
Interesting.
Yes,
Georgia.
So, he's trying to build the USSR back.
And that's the point
and that the NATO is a convenient excuse for attacking Ukraine.
That's what I see. Russia, EPK, Georgia. And 2014, OPK, is it Chechnya?
Yeah.
Chechnya, yes. And Crimea. Crimea, and 2015, 2017, and also. Now,
good. Nanam Pesimi Bissau. Who said Belarus?
Yes.
He set up a puppet regime there.
Straight away.
The other countries are Georgia, that's what. In fact, we're boom.
And make us say, or started by recognizing certain states in Ukraine. Sections be one recognizing was only independent of Ukraine. Now, when you look at it, careful plan, successive violation. A good sweat twice, and or you know, and actually say there's a certain fear in putting a comment say NATO expansion, no, it bet me a plan. Now, all my client Emma, some of the former, member state of USSR, no, not to end whatever more and from Mecca, you can say European Union. We are no free home. One of the things that shock European Spanish say after 1945, the horrors. I think 1945, Second World War, took more than 80 million lives.
Yeah.
Huge loss of human life. Now, in fact, we even forget the psychological impact, the damage. The remember the threat of nuclear insurgency. But okay, Nagasaki, you can say Hiroshima. Now, the AC or Russia, came from you be say, we the fact say, or you're afraid say be a NATO expand there, and a NATO is saying say every nation around our European soil beer is free to join. Or join here, we welcome you. The second major thing, no, and this nostalgia in trying to, bring back the USSR, set up the empire. There is some kind of hero worship in the air. So he's very just saying, yes, I'm the man. Now, you're budgeting so, and now, media no is state controlled.
Completely.
Narrative, no, they control the narrative.
Yeah.
The person what and now almost and European Union no, I block some of Russian media no from telecasting to member states because they are controlling the narrative. Until I'm blocking says one of the sanctions are already to say, yeah, I'm broadcasting to other NATO states. Members may say, I'm going to create narrative. Now, the kind of having power there, you put here, you want to say.
Then you're already saying to me, friend, union.
The band, the
Peace FM.
Or just say be a track a Maya Frubi. Make a minimum say China so a peja or share if I say Taiwan. Wouldn't the AC war a couple of weeks or say if a nation can just blatantly get up and violate the sovereignty of the other. No, we are here. No, Taiwan there's fence or muscle. I mean, men not time, not a friend straight away. Make us say, North Korea so come and say, okay, what happened very few years about Kuwait invasion?
91.
And then in America, it means every free hoshi and making sure say that Iraq will leave Kuwait. I just heard last week, Mutia over $50-something billion. I think Mutia is going to be that's the last 3 years. And they were supposed to compensate. And the economy obi empire be a guya or person claim. Now, the third thing I want to say, I think that over the period, Western countries take Putin too light. Now, I understand, say, I take me too light. But I'm going to say, Europe, dependency on gas, natural gas, Russia has in abundance. Almost 40%, if not. And you know, also Miami, also Miami. Also, chum. But discussions about other alternative sources of energy by and I'm finding ways of breaking Russia's dependency. If you say a man dependent who didn't say obi a bit near taking by storm, as at the first day, 24th of start here, within the next 2 hours, now we're releasing over 160 missiles on Ukraine, bombing left and right. Yes, maybe they may not target schools, they may not target hospitals, but when we say these are weapons, they may be failures in the process of releasing them. And to want to say what they targeted Ukraine military installations, you can misfire, you can miss your way. I could hit a hospital, I could hit a school. Now to say, ordinary citizens, and ebre. Now no, and NATO say okay. Your set of sanctions. Sanctions now, Abana, I was saying United States sanctions now. NATO ain't releases sanctions and they say Russia ain't gonna be biting. But NATO is aware that sanctions now have knock-on effect on member countries. But come and say better the next major disaster in human history. Say a nation over about 44 million. You better no be out also. Nebia, almost some penesuntini, company papas idea. Oh, 21st century. I know the bad day. Now, say, I don't know, trigger some kind of changes in German foreign policy. No? Germany has been very reluctant over the years to really support another country with weapons. Anyway, they, after Second World War, they are involved in it into their own personal review. But when the disregard for human life, I also any bra. I read this display for over 7 million are displaced.
From
and the Germany say okay, I've heard may 1,000 tanks, may say amount 50 Stinger missiles. Now come here, we ban somebody the Avaneka or say when you aggressive comments, aggressive sanctions from other NATO members, and he is putting his nuclear reactor nuclear weapon and then on high alert. Many of Kufu Mraiwa. Kufu.
Akra.
Me pacho ade ya menka appear for yaw. But ade ya blasted appear ta. E say me pacho na tons no ebe how many tons?
10 tons.
How many you? And only 10 tons.
As I crude.
Except a crude crumble.
A crude and you're refined.
Why?
Just discovered.
Just say 10 tons. So, he said, I say, Bomba, America. In fact, currently, the only nation that use nuclear weapon in human history is America. They are what they call Japan. And Japan grew too.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I don't know, between 15 to about 23 or 25 tons. That is of dynamite. And Prim, I kind of saying, nuclear weapons are the H, for example, the fusion and the H bombs, no, and no be to me, what it to Netia, the equivalent, no, is almost like 1 million tons.
It can flatten the whole Greater Accra.
I'm telling you, look, a bit more flatten cities, other way, Moldova, Estonia, Latvia, one economy. Say Russia can say we put away on higher later. America for say oh no it's unnecessary. I know some na more car. You see, nipa no sound here dey unnecessary and who say what to share can say Ukraine so at once.
Honestly, can say America more moral right wing.
media me say
sa na yeti ho na mo ba bombu Gaddafi ese Libya
oh
sa na mo ye sa na mo ye na mo go say Iraq
yes now it
suits you
yes now come on and leading me to my next point. My next point is say Mati sa argument no Grenada case no for example
Maurice Bishop
America Edison Day or Kuwait for example America ko Iraq for example America eba 85 year me and for can say
Libya
ebe to Libya now yeah now they I will say you're careful in bringing this point in say once you bring this point in why you careful in analysis now it's all score points I say one person just oh na say e say biasida ampa e biasida na mo de sida no ya na enka say biasida nti ye repeat bio if you say kwame yen ko yenim no look in human psychology you who say human beings continue to be very wicked. In fact so what share index on ethics can say education civility as a mind is it come some of the things I can say oh mama yamodi say in create exclusion so United Nations goals are hold by a certain we are setting it so that the human condition will improve. That's what we are doing. So you say obi or hobia you bet my optimizing justice na dey afofra beka ho na nsinipa. And the human beings are trying to improve themselves. So you're careful near the other way in a argument. No, you're a little careful, pa. What you be saying is say, oh, na say ebiasida. Na when so a young woman into Yankasa, Yantras and Yanka. I come here to hear. So maybe you're trying to no more say that. And I cry here. So you must see here. I'm sorry. Into a tuition swap. I think we should not be allowing this kind of blatant disregard of international law. Now, the international politics now are cost between Russia and America. And none of America enya huadene. And in Kurubi enya huadene say adia akoswi. Na me kramura right ben me say let me akotwashe Russia say meneneko any one. Because over the period no on say omanka sanso ibi. The TBN say Russia has the largest stockpile of nuclear power currently on Earth. Now, the way Papa behave, I will put to idea on high alert. High alert means that the slighter provocation. Now, only say, or my coded language, say, or call Ukraine, or yes, special military operation of demilitarizing and denazifying. Now, now, best step into it. No, Ube share the own in your history. It's a coded warning. Now, what will you not see in your history if it's not about detonating a destroy beyond a certain level? And you nuclear day. It's a coded language in Okaya. And maybe me say wakasasam. I won't take it lightly. In the air, one pie. But once a G international. International relations ne kind of say discussion engaging in talks ne finding alternative means of solving this issue. No, this is the time to act. Germany can't say what the weapons are called. He's threatened. Now when I see that as a human psychologist, me studying apart for a long time. He has his own fears. Now Kwame say obi with fears. Fears bia and guarded bia it can really break it bounds. It becomes rage. And your bank of say okay, more release at here. And you know environmental damage. In fact, you must say its impact can stay at where it happened for over 1,000 years. It is not dangerous. It is not dangerous to release or to threaten the world with nuclear weapon. Now me say the chatton say the AC no actually say amaya hudu nyina emfiance say yeah build robust economies are yeah sure what we can do for ourselves. Minimum say we are na be very very small. It's a global village. Enti ade ba ko ebesi wo ha no it will knock on effect on other areas.
On other people.
Fuel, other things, by all means, this economy will never be free, sir. But at least here to me, I share your home so within ourselves, then you bet me, dear boy, a baby boy. Now, sir, impact. Now, maybe a chat to come, Miss Repa.
Me
Russia treaty, Neyamba, a war, Ukraine. I'm told there are over 400 students in Ukraine. When you say, Kwame, it is fairly cheaper to train in Ukraine if you want to do any course than even in Ghana.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's cheaper. And a lot of people have gone there. That will be catch me say with $1,000. I can beat me out school the whole year. That amount of money Ghana want me. And Crawford, you might be various programs.
Oh, Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine. To say certain areas in Europe are getting destabilized. What should it tell us about education? Why should we allow huge numbers? Now, I'm not against Yemano exploiting opportunities. Not at all. I mean, I did my PhD outside. Opportunities are there. It's there. But the point is that, look at Yemado do a person who medicine. I want your opportunity to do medicine. Now, what is can echo afufuro amaiso? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Can't we expand facilities in this nation? Am I a man any opportunity to do medicine? And number of them are more Ukrainian courses. They are doing medical related courses. A few na humanities. A few. And why are we doing that? Expanding facilities. Now you may and come over next time NC. Now I can say you know, yes, say Matesa buying to a number, your bar by so. Say Ibirma at me make to other neighboring countries, Hungary, Poland, any other places. I'm here quite say I buy maybe a form. Now, Mestre say, yeah, form Kasa Kasano. I mean, this is also the time to also get involved. When himself is doing well with Ghana Psychology Association, they also need it. Look, the young people are traumatized by this thing.
They will be.
They are traumatized, seriously. And I'm hoping they are already giving them some help. Otherwise, Abai, as part of help now, Abai Dema parent, which we really commend government, say, Otu and Amo say, Obama, Aufo, one so good, Jemuna, say, oh, your child is in control. He beat me, I did be I can't say, Yebeboa, now at least, trauma be a mafia so. So I think
Abdul Malik Kweku Bako. Which nation has been more of an aggressor nation than America in global politics? Who appointed America the global policeman? Is America changing her negative ways? If not, where is their moral authority in leading the world in paving new ways forward? No country violates international laws blatantly more than America. Presently, even their conduct and posture on Palestine-Israeli matters is repugnant. It is not a case of a past misdeed. But let me just add, this is not an endorsement of Putin's madness.
I like that. I like that. That's the point.
In as much as we can draw inferences with what America did in Iraq and in Libya and equate it to what is happening in Ukraine, what Russia is doing is totally different and avoidable. The whole world must rise up against Russia and let them stop what they are doing, which is likely to bring about another world war. How can you wake up and say you're going to demilitarize a sovereign nation? Chairman General, even if you build a robust economy and one idiot fighting another decides to throw a nuclear bomb into your country, how can a robust economy save you? Don Pino from Malam sends that one. And then Nana Furiso very quickly, and then let's see. May God protect Ghanaians living in Ukraine. I pray, I'm happy government has taken steps to get them to move to neighboring countries. Fawas in Amasamang. And then, let's see. One, two. Okay. Nana for
Professor, continue for working mission.
Okay.
Mention fact, BBA and Cajon with the analysis side. And penny for and pay worker, me sure that Ghana Finia waiting, we share some of the history behind Asama Orokodo. Come up, I'm Pedamekade. Europeans, Arabs have been so wicked to the African in history. The wickedness that has been perpetuated as a people, as a continent. Grandpapa, or yes, sickening. That when there, African people left Africa. Yako another place. Ni yako massacre and Kofu. Another year the smallpox. The akogu blankets mu with the kumo. And now you drop a bomb on people like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Aye Kawansa. Grandpapa, the African, the Ghanaian, we are a great people. We are a good people. Yeah, fundamentally good in our essence. European wickedness, no, Grandpapa, has been there, evident for all of us. Yet, President Obama said one of his greatest strategies, he could have taken back, was the attack on Brother Gaddafi. And the misinformation that was fed for them to go in. Now, Saddam Hussein, all weapons of mass destruction, require up to today, Grandpapa, any weapons of mass destruction. But they have killed the man, destroyed the people. They have gone into Libya, destroyed the man, brought high incidences of now the murders and things that are happening, the instability that is happening now, Grandpapa. That is why, Grandpapa, we must love Kwame Nkrumah to death. Now, any Ghanaian, any African that speaks ill of Kwame Nkrumah, you must review yourself. The non-aligned policy. Here stood a leader. He wanted to develop meant for his people at the quickest possible time. And he was not there, Obekoto, to America or Russia. Wherever Obeko, Obenye Bibi Dama, Nemkrofono. No, you focus. Focus. So with all the history and Aja Orokodono, what is in for the African, Grandpapa? What is the effect of this on Ghana, or what lessons must we learn? The good professor touched on an area that you build your own educational system. Now you invest in our own education. Grandpapa may expand. We must build our nation. We must stop our nation from becoming a begging nation to a self-sufficient nation, Grandpapa. Because look at the variables here can gas, transport, cost of moving goods from one place to the other, the effect that Oba have on us as an economy, as a people. Grandpapa, until then you be changing your dream. Nyako back to Nkrumah of black man capable of doing for themselves, African capable of doing for themselves. Grandpapa, then we are at the mercy of what some other people are doing. FM. Grandpapa, the Europeans have always been war thirsty.
What does all this have to do with Ukraine?
In many ways. And to say now, the war test, is manifesting in the backyard. The African is shaking in his boots, quaking, because the effect on his economy and his people, they don't even know what is going to happen.
But you how him doing?
Grandpapa, until now, as Prof is saying that building education structures are, my young Crawford 1 to 2 coin, or whatever your doctor, no worry, Grandpapa, add the value to your raw materials. Export oriented instead of the cry daba. Grandpapa, these are the Inti lessons na emi me say ye learn from Ada Orisi no. With all the history that we have been given no. It means that grandpapa yembra inside yen build yen. Na yen do yen. Na yen yakwe. Na Ada ye be ya obe benefit yen first no. Yen grandpapa onye there me hwe wanyim. There me jealous there grandpapa no when you fell 920 now me back after you to destroy you as my own brother because me pay bibi won. Grandpapa, you see, in times of difficulty we need each other. In times of difficulty you say let's say I'm building a nation that loves ourselves, as history has proved that the African loves themselves now. Grandpapa, we'll have a problem. The other part that people here can students now what be feeling, but grandpapa, Ghana fu bebre one year students.
Now where then?
They went to survive. Grandpapa, when you went to there, what survive? Oh baby, what's what grow? 400 students out there is the thousands of Ghanaians one flee, one hometown, and also one alcohol there. Walk up a baby, one sack of one money fee. Young Jane was one. What is bad in the world? See, how are they also ye cater for those people? Until as we identify students and grandpapa, you identify the Ghanaians. Na a corner strategy, ye be ya, ye de be bo by no. Grandpapa, ye kodo, na ye. It is critical. Because it really water Rodney how Europe and that develop Africa, grandpapa. The tragedy has been brought upon us. As bad as what is happening there, no? Grandpapa, Africans are suffering. No, ye day-to-day living, grandpa. No, ye nim how yes no. Into the only way, the lesson I'm learning from this war that is happening elsewhere, no, about two people. When the world was a bipolar order, and this Palestinian Israeli after World War II, Balfour Agreement, our PK it created, they will go there. Zionism, no,
it's a Balfour Agreement.
After Balfour, it was called Balfour Agreement.
Okay.
After World War II, I was signing the pact to locate Jews to what we call now. Palestine. What was then Palestine? Now Israel. That was the pact that was signed that allowed them to go there. You know, there's another African country that was on the list for them to also choose from.
Uganda.
Choose Africa, but we choose the historical year of Israel. Today Palestine problems no kodo. Grandpapa, atrocities all over us. We are all suffering. Day and night about all these things that are going on, and yabe bibi today 2 elephants a fighter. What's the grass no suffer? It's yabe grass no. Yen suffer wa asiano because the 2 elephants of Putin wanting to build USSR 100th anniversary all coming up. Now all your advancements now all recolonizing the people are all in there. They should all be part of the great USSR empire no? Versus American domination also of the world with China playing a role in there now. Grandpapa, the world hegemony is all called. Grandpapa, we are just the resource base. Resource base. What magnesium, coffee vibra. Gold, copper, diamond, that we are just a resource. We just feed them. We are feeding them. And the one why you will take you over the world aggression. Grass. No. You think they will be called? They do what the media watching you want. They don't even think about us. We as a sovereign nation, you take this there or your lesson. You have to build the structures. We are making sure that we able to survive in these difficult times. We are not dependent on one economy. Grandpa, when you give up your sovereignty, you're dependent on somebody's economy. People are affecting it. because you have not built the founding blocks. And to what Prof was saying about education, let us expand it to the nation itself. Then you're making sure you have built a strong, vibrant nation. Grandpapa, the Utah situation, the strike saga at the university. Grandpapa, what is happening is as a result of a society, people in spending in the political space. Then Obi are dedicated the whole life. Why a first degree? Why a second degree? Why a third degree? Why rise it to professorship? Grandpapa needs to call the coffee or the coffee crapono or your peanuts. Then within 5 years and 1 year, Jumadano, Grandpapa, these people are commanding millions. Then you are asking that lecturer, no, they're untighten the belts. When Oshe, Nyama, Okodo in society, people are just spending left and right. And then you are asking the lecturer, they're untighten the belt. The lecturer will not listen to you. Because, or you're a creature of the society now, or live in. If he sees there, we are tightening our belt. Government expenditure has reduced. Them are zero cordona, you're tightening, we are trying to make it out. When you ask the professor there on sacrifice or best sacrifice. But now when everybody has rather opened their belt, where you fun aye there banjo, and everybody will do yafu. Now I catch no na what dedicates 50 years of his life to academic excellence and all training the minds of Echna ni future. They also sacrifice when you don't want to sacrifice. Grandpapa, I think this is at the core. There's a psychological break that the lecturers are suffering from because they're saying that but the society now they are just spending anyhow. And you're asking me to sacrifice? That is why this war has been 11 years in the coming. And in the 11 years in the coming, why should they know? So when ye BB one take his standard, they'll be taken for granted. And this thing will continue to go on. Grandpapa, I remember our university. One of my children is here at the university. Remember, I'm sending a text. What start the classes? Daddy, they said we will go to class, but we don't know what will happen. Grandpapa, the uncertainty of Yamba. May at the same time, I mean, their professors and lecturers who were right and I support them. Grandpapa, at the same time, yeah, pacho. Or there, yeah, temper justice with mercy sometimes. Grandpapa, and I want government to get the one in there. The grandstand is not about, they are talking about money. It's not about the money. It's about you as a governance not tightening your belt and asking somebody else to tighten their belt. Or reflect so that they also were sacrificed for the nation. And the discussion now from as a parent, as a community leader, definitely me pacho there mo from what's collateral damage in the fight between these local two elephants. The children and wabe grass into your poncho yen share a corner this thing no you be resolve na yet to mark but you must give them their pound of flesh because within 1 year 2 years we have food I am matachi who belt na baby who belt na into men talking in because you I am so protruded that they say I am something overnight na lecture na phone na offer
into the lectures are justified, right?
I think that this is
right. Just a quick check. It wasn't Balfour Agreement. It was Balfour.
Balfour.
But you made it sound like Balfour, and I repeated Balfour, and he kept going Balfour. It's Balfour.
It's Balfour Agreement, Grandpapa.
1917. The British government statement in support of the Jewish settlement.
Yes.
In Palestine.
Yes, it was the agreement after World War II.
Into Balfour.
What settled the Jews to what you call now Palestine.
The way you're going about.
You know, the first time I may encounter, bar 4, no, bar 4. It has always been in my head.
Yeah.
I can always, that was the association that me F-O-R. That is the, but what I'm saying there, example of the grandpa, a two baby, that would be aquat that baby. Why your agreement is there? Ufie na etimuno, or your effect. It's your horn open or better. That's what happened there, grandpapa.
Anyway, such a city to me,
Chama General, a bit of history.
Ain't you go for who start here now? Open first.
A bit of history.
In the meantime, I wanted to throw something in. Unfortunately, time I me, but we'll look at it someday. This issue of bullion vans. When him this thing about bullion vans are, in Kenya, bullion vans are armored plated bullion vans. Instead of thin body pickups normally now. Boys, last week was the last week. So I saw something about Kofobi somebody on my imported bana a port no Ministry of Interior frustrated money there. And right to make here apparently will be locally.
Wow.
Yeah. Obi locally. So I'm wondering why we're importing. But anyway, that's another subject to another day. We'll come up with it again. This issue of bullion vans. Yes, Kokrokoo said now.
Yeah, a bit of history. San Kromie Donetsk and Lugansk. Yes, or Ukraine.
Yep.
Russia for more separatism or separatist action or two. I just say. You're part of weakening Ukraine. When he said 1994, United States of America, Russia, and the United Kingdom, Omukushiai, Ebwapam, their friend Budapest Memorandum. Then it said Ukraine for NTS said they will give up their nuclear weapons. The Banisa, US and Russia, ebe guarantee Omu territorial integrity. 1994. Inti apam bi wo ho a nanti asie wo mu ebi na afori kan US, Russia and UK na mo makoshia Budapest na mo chinchim Ukraine sa se ansa na mo beje na tum so man na obefa ne ho adi na ohu ne hia no yi se nuclear weapons o wo nyina odema ana so de mayu so afa mo ani se na ya to ahye no si but when in Soviet Union ankasa e collapse in 1992 91 92 finish started 91 finish 92
nene de glasnost ne perestroika ni hwan
yes until the last president Gorbachev. Yeah, Gorbachev. Yes.
Mikhail Gorbachev. Yes. But you be phone
na Beijing Olympic Games also. O my way.
That is a Beijing.
Winter
Olympics.
This last week him one on we.
Me near tree.
So me say FIFA suspended Russia free. One of the FIFA games.
2008 Beijing Olympic Games so koswa na Russia attack Georgia. Georgia was attacked. Beijing
2008.
Was it 2008 yeah.
Georgia.
Beijing ayi ekoswa Olympic Games so koswa na this year Olympic Games so koswa na Russia attack Ukraine. Enti mo me Olympic Games na time ni.
No I say obi nano.
But challenge on the more serious note.
Yeah.
UTAG. Your professors today, your lecturers in there. But wow, so who be pa ebedana se na ubebuna de aseda be mana e teacher ni o kire wade o. If say nyina yetena ha kenkan churochuro bi bibia na impo umpani fiesu yempani fiesu utena classroom, lecture room, lecture hall. Na obi gina wanim na o kire wade a chese ahona hu se ene agusa no na chese ene onia na bre papa teacher for bre papa because penny feel sumpo you are supposed to send tempa na ye beka bibi na ka beti ase na wo be move along no bra ye bre nti bra sa formative years 14 years 15 years 17 years tirimude ene who ne kwada asema ya omuma ne de ene ne chese lecturer for ne teacher for no mu bre papa enu nti anka ne papem pa de a eseka do mu hwebia won saka mene na for ya adwen se mpedodo a oman no ono kra do limite no tu aban but yen kan kosi se oman nhyehyeye oman nhyehyeye mpedodo a ye hwe se ye teacher for anyone we say your essential services for teacher for a doctor for a nurse for so many essential services for mpedodo a ye hwe se won bedi on tirim sani atibia no mbaboa oman na esese ye yabra boni ye nchihye mu esi esu ye hwe ni ye papa prof neti health misabi nkum professor kopia ajekum na wa ama na no prof ani hu fifire na wa ba me office na prof aba office na chese ya manadwa eni ade hu se prof twa na ni kurukuru kakra so say makwada me chira ade twa no to ma na maba na nim wa hu seniate seniate ono no na ode wo fantitie mu no wa hwe se ubenya nyina so papa obebo na ni tete no na baabi a wugina no baabi a wotie no na ekron kosoro so na ni nyina mu no so won de ahobrase no bibia na e okon a on queen enye ne se ye ne de empodia ene e kameka se ene animu ye eyade a ache ne fare bai ene ade nya fe ne e ba be ko sene ampani ayen hyehyɛ se kwa bia so no be sin konwa no akasa no ye be koso asre se ma sacrifice ya che but chama general de ba ko a prof usu yi ma no bi mo
just nuclear according to the Budapest memorandum Ukraine de Russia
Russia
yeah
unless you say no they hwe no so ntino chese wa won kwen fa so echinchim obi nsaje na ade and you know that chama general nim no kura na wom
yeah
time o mu Soviet Union no na Kiev sisia Ukraine capital Kiev na o mu city no form crowd na Soviet Union na Kiev is known say mother of cities
no makoto ho bom
and no na chi no so among the member states in the World Union, now Ukraine was thought to be highly technologically inclined. And to Oma Kundia no Maniama who do be Brehona no Miano. And Untina Chernobyl nuclear plant is so important to them. And to time I break in the bay, there's a for Russia when him say Ukraine a threat. Anyway, I mean, a teacher for the here, I'm guessing. And you know, mene prof ya adwen se esese yesuku nsem ne yetrem ba ya prof wo de ka kirem kakra wa hu se bra na free SHS beba no nkomodi ana binum di bebre ne se president Akufo-Addo ye free SHS a ebe man koda no dodo na awie school se bebre na eko school enti omunya kwan ko university no ne ade so argument na koso but for 3 years running, so 4 years running. Yenhuni sa.
But when you say anya impact, baby.
Meba problem meba impact in the positive.
Go for me time so.
Jama general. When himself for the first time in history. Ana nkoda enya admission e wo tech. Na Legon for so chro won. E binya admission o Legon na UCC for chro won. A lot of expansion akoso university the brebe accommodation lecture halls ni nyina ne say hia bi dia ka ho bio na prof we ebetumi abada prof we ebetumi abada say ka public university
yes be bia kono ho
anka mbedi mo ho so nanka matinya toto mo niam ne ade nanka mo amatua mo ho ka possible sir
program so it mean raise
yo chairman na your phone chairman na your phone
Mebabe Pono, I'll say, talking about gratitude to teachers. The University Primary School Legon class of 79 would like to wish Mrs. Thompson and Mrs. Owusu Benoit, two of our many great teachers, a happy birthday respectively. Prof, I'll say me in person.
As I'm going to go I buy a tray school. I say come a wow kind. Say one can that's it. Free teachers. In fact, we have a free teachers in Indiana. I don't think so. You cannot tell you. Because one person can go to school. I was so big. I'm going to quite say obey to me. I go school. Now we're developing the brain.
Yeah.
Now what your brassing. Now no. Yeah, time ni expand. Yeah, expand. Ne kase ewo knock on effect. Enti wo dey fi ase ho no. E be say odu so ho no. Ah, ye person do abe pass no. Do na pass pa. Dey nya space.
We na last week me ko review asema ye Emmanuel Siboni ayedi matemi.
Oh, David.
Asebo.
Oh, enti aso ho no. Say come say ohun bread this year in getting accommodation. No, it's not increasing. Enti in one of my classes, for example, Obi were 1,600 students, 1,400 students. Yes. Now, in terms of what mean Chilamo at the end, in you say all the lectures may be at 3, 4, 5, a bosso. Now what you chim? No, be at 300, 400, 300, 400, 300, 400. That means you hear more lecturers. And you know, anything, so I say, you bemu apa, maybe I have a there will be challenges, but once I identify the challenges or spaces to teach, spaces for them to host us or metra, you can say facilities to say via library, you better expand it, via home. Say Legon Library is one of the best libraries in the world.
Legon.
Yes. Library, BAM, yes. One of the finest. But share space a beer a brea say I was say a trim if it's a crana dorsal enti akabi honoma obeko ka onya bintina obetna room on kind. It is good to read on your tablet, but you know the exposure of the rays to your eyes. I need the beer lights no unya book now kan it protect your eye enti the beer na obese over can ewo e penis reading devices enti no eno de ya ba baso na ne ka say yen trim FM emboa kwame can say a teacher fast na ye kan die yes ra say apel na me ye no say yen pese e be say all UTACs in their various localities are locked up in a certain combat again with their management emboa management. The mesra has a management and you tag and communicate. Teacher for Edma come teacher G come here bonabas moment. Teacher J nema
Prof say that's
Teacher G or num
the great and second
and the great we call him some can say 1986 JHS formative years no he was so good and the teacher Juma and the into me won the bia means if I'm correct
teacher J mo yeah that's it
oya papa
woman Joseph say teacher
sana yes go for no so ya mo ye mi na mo fra ba mo sha kra
one kai mo po
na kwa me say me teacher ni wa we me hu na me nsi fam kra
but
ente mo fa bi wa ha o sha kra na fa jia me ka say hu
on fa onye he
ya mo so mo ye sa why
but prophet that say anope nana for you so that say na Kokrokoo Henry kwamna ye that say in the meantime ECG samutie ashiye for say since last Friday our lights have been going off every evening only to be restored the next day. So if